It's another week and another plan with me. This is Betsy from Sticky Mix, and this week the decoration thing was up to my patrons on Patreon, and they decided that I should use this book by Boutique Shaw, which I think is just a group of artists. And the topic of the book is Doodle Dogs and Sketchy Cats, although the cats section appears first. So here's a bunch of little doodled cats with different expressions and different uses for your planner or birthday cards or whatever. And then the other half of the book is Doodle Dogs. Although, not gonna lie, the biggest section in the dogs half is just the dog breeds, like all just kind of standing there or sitting there. And, you know, there's a few little, like, holiday things and a few, like, oh, they're wearing clothes, look at that, they're getting married. But most of it, yeah, just dog breeds. My favorite page, though, is back on the cats side where they have all the, like, icons, like, kind of symbols for calendars. So they have, like, oh, Valentine's Day, and, you know, went to a concert, or had a good meal, and there's, you know, sports game, movie, payday, dentist appointment, dinner, nails done, you know, stuff like that. Although I'm sure it'd be really easy to use those same icons with dogs if you just drew dogs instead of cats. Anyway, getting to it. I had to cheat a little bit and use some stickers because those of you who have watched my videos before, you know that I start my week on Sunday. And those of you who do not know that I start with my week on Sunday, now you know I start my week on Sunday. And there's really no way with pen only to change these days. You can see I'm struggling with whiteout even, like I have no whiteout skills. So I did have to use some stickers for the top so I could change the dates. But other than that, the rest of this is going to be pen only, I promise. So after I stuck down all these stickers that were just kind of random leftovers from a kit that I did not use when I used the kit, I wrote in very skinny lettering the first 3 letters of each day of the week. Not sure why I did that to the D on Wednesday. Kind of looks weird. Don't think I'd do that again. And then for some reason I thought it was important to switch my pen before I wrote the numbers. I think I was trying to make them more bold, but there's not a whole lot of line weight difference between the two. Oh well. I wanted to do something over this calendar because I don't use this calendar, but I didn't really know what yet. So on priorities, I just wrote down Running Man because I knew that my family and we were going to watch some Running Man this week because my family loves Running Man. And if you don't know what Running Man is, how to explain? It's like these group of people play really silly games, and whoever wins the game gets a prize sometimes not. And sometimes the games are really simple, like, oh, you have to lose at rock, paper, scissors. Or, you know, you have to try to get a gummy worm off your face without using your hands and just wiggling your face around. Like, they're really kind of childish games most of the time. But it's the good, clean fun that my family likes, and so we watch it almost every day. Back up to the calendar, I thought maybe I'll just put my quote words for the week. And I thought I would write, you know, just keep swimming, but like, oh no. And then when I tried to erase, this eraser was kind of old, so it made everything kind of gray, and that was gross. So I ended up just writing, it is what it is. And I wanted to make the what kind of cursive-y, so I sketched that out in pencil first, and then just outlined it in pen. And yeah, it is what it is. Not in like a defeated sort of way, but more like an inner peace sort of way. Because I know in other languages and other cultures that they have actual words and phrases for this that, you know, you say during those times that things aren't the way you want them to be, but you can't really change it. And so why stress over it? Why not just accept that it is what it is, and then just get on with life once, you know, you have a little more control over it. Like, let's say you want to go on a picnic and then it's raining. You know, it is what it is. So you either reschedule the picnic or you have your picnic lunch indoors. I mean, you know, you just adjust and go with the flow. So that's what my words of the week were all about, is just making the best of what it is, because it is what it is. On Sunday, I opened up the Doodle Dog book and picked a dog. I decided to go with dogs this week because not too long ago I did the cats in the bowl sticker, and I felt like doing more cats so soon was just a little too soon. Plus, this is the year of the dog. It's the day after Chinese New Year, actually, when I'm recording this. So, yeah, I thought, yeah, I'm the year of the dog. I was born in the year of the dog, so let's make these dogs. On Sunday, I was working, so I doodled a dog with a hat because it's part of my uniform, and the dog is holding chips because it is my job to fry the chips. And I was working, you know, for most of the day and knew that I wouldn't do much else, so for the second box, I decided to do just like a little memory doodle that I thought it was pretty funny that my manager, who is being represented by like a poodle here, is going to be saying, "Bus! Everyone to your battle stations!" Because it was hilarious that we were just, you know, minding our own business. It was totally slow that day, nobody coming into the restaurant, and then all of a sudden we see this bus pull up that says like something Red Hawks, like it's a sports bus, right? Like there's a team of probably hungry male teenagers in this bus, and they're all gonna come to this restaurant, and we were just chanting things like, "Please go to Wingstop, please go to Panda Express, please go anywhere but here." But no, like 15 players plus like their coach and manager, like some older guys, like 17 in all, came into the restaurant all at once and all wanted a lot of food, and it was epic. So anyway, after the epic bus episode and I got home, I had to do the not so epic cleaning of the bathroom and drew like a sort of butlery dog shining up the place. Also played some video games, and I started getting a little cough, which was not good. Nobody wants to be sick. For Running Man, just writing down the episode numbers according to dramafever.com and the title or like the keyword of the episode. Not classical stretching, not doing my exercises lately. No laundry either, just drawing on Wednesday because I have to. That's my other part-time job, by the way. On Monday, the 5th, we had an impromptu girls' day. I have a friend who lives maybe like 45 minutes away from me, and she had the day off and didn't really have any plans, and I had the day off and didn't really have any plans, so we're just like, hey, let's live a little. So I drove up to Sacramento, and we went to dim sum because all the good dim sum places are closer to her house instead of my house. There's not a whole lot of dim sum where I live. So I tried to draw all the delicious Chinese dumplings that we ate. Not really succeeding. Tried to draw a teapot, also a fail, and little cups of tea. And after a while, I was like, man, this kind of looks like this food stinks rather than it's, you know, hot and steaming. So, yeah. And I knew that I'd look back on this and go like, what the heck is what? So I wrote down some identifying names for the things that I drew. After that, we went for boba tea. And then, oh, we went to the bakery. I love this bakery. 85 degrees bakery. So I tried to draw all the lovely breads that I purchased. So there's like a coconut twist and a mango and berry cream kind of desserty bread, but my pen was running out of ink. So I had to switch it up and just wrote down, you know, there was the berry and the mango and the brioche and the potato and cheese bread and the mushroom bread and coconut bread and the caramel bread. Oh, so good. All the breads, so good. And of course, Hobby Lobby, because we wanted to check out, you know, stickers or planner things, but we didn't buy anything. Shucks, that was uncharacteristic of us. Usually we buy something. And also, it was a one-sided sticker swap because a couple months ago, I guess, a couple weeks ago, I don't know, we thought, oh, we'll buy each other some stickers and then we'll trade when we hang out. But I forgot to bring her stickers, so all that happened was I got stickers and she did not. But it's okay because we will also do another sticker swap next time we hang out. On Tuesday, I was working again, 8 a.m. to 3 p.m. again, and drew another little dog. A different dog, because I'm like, well, if I draw the same dog over and over, that's boring. So, yeah, drew on this little dog, holding more chips, because like I say, my job is to fry the chips. And then, thought I'd add a little color with, I think a Choco Cat ballpoint ink pen that my sister was getting rid of. And I still have some things to work on because I am fairly new at this job. I haven't even been there a month yet. And so I need to work on my speed and efficiency, and I have to call out food sooner than I think because they're always telling me, like, no, call it out sooner. Because it's odd how we'll be so slow, nobody comes in the door, and then all of a sudden everybody at the same time is like, oh, let's go get some food, and then we'll have like 10 people in line, and then all of a sudden we've run out of white rice or whatever it is. So I have to be more careful about calling out the food sooner. And I don't know if it was because I was getting sick or it was just a long day, but at home I just conked out for a whole hour. Like, I just hit the pillow and fell into a deep sleep for a whole hour. And then when I woke up, I'm like, well, I don't have any energy to do anything, so let's play some video games. That's always a plan. And then after video games, watch some TV with the family, because this job is so much more physical than I'm used to. Because if you know, I don't know that you guys know, but for the last, let's say, I don't know, 15, 20 years, I have been, sitting at a desk, being creative, making art and art lessons, and just basically sitting at a desk no matter what I did. And now all of a sudden I am not sitting at a desk. I don't get to sit down for like 3 hours at a time, and I'm just running around frying chips, getting chips out of the fridge, putting chips in bags, putting those bags on the shelves, and then frying taco shells and putting those in little boxes and things. So yeah, I'm always walking around, always moving, always hustling, always on my feet, and it is wearing me out. On Wednesday, movie day. I think that's what's happening here. Oh, maybe it's recording day. I think this is when I was recording this. Yes, I think it is. So I'm drawing a little dog with one of those movie clappers, and I think this is going to be for my filming. Yep, filming my Playing With Me. Just wrote in lights, camera, action, because, movie lingo. And then I tried to write filming really prettily, but, well, it's all, it is what it is. Let's just go with that. It is what it is. And then I knew I had art class in the evening, so I tried to draw a pencil, but yeah, again, not the best pencil. So there was sculpting class. We were sculpting Aang from Avatar: The Last Airbender. There was also a drawing class with fan favorites, where the kids just get to suggest what they want to draw on little pieces of paper, and we, pick them out of a hat, basically. So they always think that's much fun. And then, of course, another art class on Friday, because that's the other day I teach. And we're learning how to draw Voltron characters. This time it's going to be Allura, and also Haikyuu characters, but I couldn't remember which Haikyuu character it was. And I think I just had buff, muscly volleyball players in mind when I drew that dog, because that's a really muscular arm right there. And then, over on Thursday, another speech balloon. So this looks like another work thing. I can't see it though. Can you? No, you can't, because it's out of frame. I apologize. Drawn another dog here, looking kind of like, what? Why is this dog like, what? Let's find out. What? Why the time change? Oh yeah, for like no reason whatsoever. I was told to come in a half an hour earlier. Usually it's from 8 o'clock, but then it was 8:30, and I'm like, what? Why? How can they expect me to do the same amount of work with 30 minutes less time? But that's what they expected me to do, and so I did my best, but it was not good enough, but it is what it is. But Friday was all worth it because it was payday, and I got my first paycheck. It was awesome. Then, on Friday, also working from 10:30 a.m. to 2:30 p.m., and luckily I did not have to fry all the chips, so that was good. And I tried to draw one of those dogs that have like the really floofy ears, but oh goodness, what happened to this dog? And then I tried to fix it, but it got worse, and I wasn't sure why I had so few hours on Friday. So that dog is supposed to be like somewhat fearful, but I don't know, it just kind of looks like she has to go to the bathroom. Don't forget my art class bag, because last week, oh goodness, last time I had work and art class in the same day, I forgot my art class bag, and then I had to go home and get it, and then I had to try to drive to art class, and I was late by like 7 minutes. Not good. So I just had to chill in town until my art class. So I drew a dog with shades, chillin' to some random floating musical notes. That's kind of weird. And then on Saturday I had to work again at my other job, drawing from a closed model. That would be great, except I didn't have a model, and had to ask one of my friends to please bail me out of a sticky situation and be a model. So luckily he did, and he did not do this pose, and he was not dressed like this, but I thought this dog was kind of funny, so I want to remember this not so funny happening at the time. Like at the time I was like, oh man, what am I gonna do? Stressful. But you know, let's just remember it as this cute little dog in a striped shirt and a scarf with sunglasses. Lots of money. Withdraw models pay, so that I can pay the model, which was, again, my friend. Saturday, to do. Finalize spring class topics. That didn't happen. Pay loan interest. And redesign class handouts. That didn't happen either, I don't think. I don't know, we'll see. On Thursday, little alarm clock going ding-a-ling-ling, and a doodly little border, because I wanted to remind myself that this was the last day to decide if I was going to invest in a $300 drawing course or not. And ultimately I decided no and passed on it, because even though it was a really good deal, it was like 50% off or something, and I know that this guy has stuff to teach me. I had to stay true to my goals this year of paying off my student loans. So I thought, you know what? After I pay off my student loans, I'll just buy that course at full price, and that's how it will be. It is what it is. And then, looking for another doodle dog to put into my planner. On Thursday, I just drew a little dog, confirming my worst fears that yes, even though I had 30 less minutes, I was expected to fry all the things faster. That's just the way it is sometimes. And then, after that, trying to fill up the space there, doom. But you couldn't really read it, so then I darkened the letters, doom. Doom, doom, doom. And then, tried to draw like, you know, winning a medal or a ribbon or something, but it just looks like a really weird flower. Yeah. Bob and 5, that is code for how many chips I fried. Bob stands for big old bowl, and 5 stands for these huge rectangular pans that are for some reason called hotels. And so I did Bob, the big old bowl, and 5 hotels full of chips with 30 less minutes than usual. It was amazing. And then, only one student for a high Q, so I just ended that class early because our room is not actually insulated. It was once a storage room, so it's just like brick, like no insulation whatsoever, and it is freezing in that room. It can be a nice spring, like, day outside, but then when you walk into this room, it is just the chill of winter is clinging onto this room. On Saturday, I needed to make dinner, so I drew a little chef dog, and what we had for dinner was soup, salad, grilled rockfish, and steamed vegetables. It was our first time having rockfish. It was on a super good sale, so my mom picked some up, and it turns out it was delicious. Like, we love rockfish now. And then I also wanted to voice over and post my plan with me and do my thumb and, or not my thumb, like my thumbnail, like, you know, the custom image on YouTube videos. Yeah, those are called thumbnails. And then PAT stands for Patreon, so don't forget to post this on Patreon, me. And just kind of coloring in some things, some of the doodles, putting it back in my planner. And that's pretty much how it looks at the end. Let's take a flyby. It is what it is. Running Man, except for Saturday when we watched Victoria instead. Classical stretch, not even once, so I drew a sad dog right there. Laundry, I did some, not all, about half. Drawing, only the days that I worked and had to teach drawing. Working 8 a.m. to 3 p.m. The bus episode, a fond memory of mine. Those things. Impromptu girls' day. Driving to Sac. Eating all the dumplings. And mango pudding. That was a good mango pud. After that, boba tea, the bakery, and of course, Hobby Lobby. Sticker swap, but only one way, because I was the only one getting stickers. Tuesday. Working. Frying those chips. Gotta work on some things though, like communicating everything to my fellow crew people. At home, sleeping, video games, TV. The end. Wednesday. Time to film The Plan With Me. And then also, what else got done? I changed the sheets, laundry, did not set an appointment to cut my hair, paid some bills, edited videos, art classes, done. On Thursday, decided no on the videos. Why is this in real time? Go faster. Faster, we have no time for this. Yeah, no. That was the decision. Then working, 8:30 to 1:15. Yep, still gotta fry everything with the Doom Dog. But somehow managed to do Bob in 5. Hooray! Did those things. Check, 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 check. Check. Payday! Hooray! Don't forget my art class bag. Working. Why so few hours? I don't know. Weird little dog. And then chilled until art class, where we drew Allura and one Haikyuu character. And then Saturday, did some things. Did not. Oh, maybe I did finalize the spring topics. I don't remember now. And then drawing from a clothes model. And making dinner. Yep, there's Little Chef. Little Chef, like Ratatouille. And is that it? We're gonna zoom out now. Ooh, there we go. So that's it for this week, and again, this theme was chosen by my patrons on Patreon during a poll. If you become a patron, you too can vote on future planner themes. In fact, there's a poll going on right now, so if you want to check that out, it's www.patreon.com/stickymix. And thank you to those who are already supporting me on Patreon. You guys rock. That's it for this week. I hope you have a good week, and I will see you again next week.